Alright, welcome to a modest analysis of Gladiator Guild Manager. This will be part 1 where we just go over the game. We're going to leave all of its settings to default. And here we go getting into it. This is just the semi-tutorial that hasn't fully been implemented yet. This game is still in beta, so there are various things that aren't implemented yet. I'm going to go ahead and pause the timeline so I can go over the basic UI. Top left corner, we have the different factions and our current reputation with them. Top right corner, we have our resources: gold, lumber, stone, iron, and mana crystals. The gold used to buy gladiators and items. The three other the wood, stone, and iron you use to upgrade your guild, and then the mana crystals you use to revive your gladiators whenever they fall in combat and you want them up faster. They do respawn based on your reviving temple level, currently at 2 days per level. So by upgrading the reviving temple, you get your wounded gladiators back more quickly. The building options either increase the number of items and experience that the gladiators of that type gain, or allow you to recruit new types of gladiators. And just to start off, we're going to go ahead and buy the Taming Hall. The Warg is one of the more strategic units in the current form of the game, because its AI tries to run to the back line, and as long as he doesn't get intercepted by any frontliners, he does a pretty good job of tearing up the back line. The two buildings that you start with, from what I can tell, are semi-randomized, because I've spent a couple hours with the game, and I believe a couple of my runs I started with Taming Hall and the Fire Tower, Frost Tower and Fire Tower, and now Taming Hall and Frost Tower. So I believe there is some randomization to which buildings you start available to you. Now then, the center of the top of the UI has a weather indicator. So different weather that comes up impacts the gladiators. I believe it impacts both your gladiators and the enemy gladiators, but I can't really confirm that. So the symbols that come along the days indicate when the gladiator market refreshes, the item market refreshes, when there's something that goes on sale, and at the end of each month, I believe it's the first of each month, so the first of the following month, the championships open up, and the true core experience of the game really starts at the first of each month. So you get to experience the real meat of the game once a month. And so to go ahead and get started, before we go into the Ring of Death, we are going to go ahead and look at the gladiator market and see what we can find. So just to describe this UI, it's randomly populated. Each time the gladiator market updates, it's randomly populated. So each of the different characters has randomized stats and randomized quirks. So you'll see here, this archer has the Angel of Revenge positive quirk, where after they die, they deal 10% of the maximum health to all enemy gladiators. Then there's some that have, okay, well, none of these starting gladiators from the first random generation have any negative quirks. You will see that the level 2 archer that has the positive quirk is 150 gold, versus the level 2 archer that does not, which is only 135 gold. So for a mere 15 gold, you get to have a positive quirk to help you in battle. To start off, we are going to get, I think, a warg and an archer that both gain experience faster. So this will allow them to level up 20% faster. And other than that, I think we will pass for now. Then again, so killing an enemy restoring 15% of maximum health is pretty good. It's definitely better than nothing. But there's another quirk that I prefer on my berserkers that heals 5% of their maximum health per hit. I also prefer that on my knights, but we don't have, the only knight we have that has a positive quirk is the Angel of Revenge here. But we will just pass on that real quick. We can go look at the item market, and again, it is randomly generated. But the items all have consistent pricing, so Boots of Swiftness are always going to be 70 gold, XR's helmets are always going to be 105 gold, etc. The differences between the items is there are permanent items, which are indicated by the words common, or I believe there's uncommon, rare, or something, versus the consumable items. So the consumable items work in a very similar way. You equip them into an item slot of your gladiator, and it increases the stats of that gladiator. The difference is the permanent items, after a battle, the stats stay the same and you keep the item. Whereas the consumable item, at the end, say we put this minor health potion on our archer would gain 240 health. So for one battle, they would have 440 health. But then at the end of that battle, their health would go back to 200, and this minor health potion would be gone. So that 15 gold would be gone forever. Now, sometimes a potion will help you get over, a really minor hurdle, but generally you're better off spending your gold on permanent items. I think I am actually going to buy the Boots of Swiftness, because they allow the warg to do what wargs want to do better. Now, all we have is a warg, which likes to run past the enemy front line into the enemy back line, and an archer, which is going to die very quickly without a front line to defend it. However, we are still going to try the Ring of Death arena, because there's no downside since we have permadeath disabled. So here we enter the core loop of the game. You have gladiators that you've selected in the overworld management portion of the game. And with your roster of gladiators, you drop them into a battlefield, and you have them fight to the death. It is an auto battler, so once I drop these guys in, they are going to be completely fighting on their own. So that's about all I can do, unless I want to go and buy a third gladiator. However, at this point, if I do click surrender to get back out of the Arena of Death, I do essentially lose, and I will not be able to access the Arena of Death for another 7 days. So at this point, I might as well lock in and fight, and I'm probably going to lose this pretty badly. Yep, that was quick. Can she at least get one kill to get some experience? Oh, so close. So, I got no experience, and since I was defeated, I get no gold, no resources, nothing. And now the Ring of Death arena is locked for 7 days. But it's fine because I didn't really have anything else to do in those 7 days to begin with. So here I am, day 5, the gladiator market has refreshed, and you see my gladiators are back available again. Again, that's only because I have permadeath disabled. You know what, I think we will go with this knight. So now we have 3 units that all gain experience faster, so hopefully that, in the long run, pays out pretty well. We have very limited resources, very limited gold, so all we can do at this point, really, is wait for the Ring of Death arena to be available again, and drop into another blind fight. Now this time, since we have a frontliner, this should theoretically go more smoothly. But again, we have no idea what we're up against, so here goes nothing. Okay, the wargs, our warg is doing work, their warg is doing work, and as you see, both archers fell very easily to the warg who got past the front line. And here is our reward. So it's just a green packet, so a basic packet. We got 50 gold, 15 stone, and a potion. So, that is the core gameplay loop. That is what you're going to be doing over and over in this game, is dropping gladiators into an arena, watching them fight, and hoping that they succeed. At the item market, there's nothing there that I really want right now, so I'll wait till it refreshes. Oh, first quest. Okay. So here we have our first quest. These are optional little battles that pop up with a little bit of a storyline to them. They do interact with the reputation bars. So this particular quest will give us 25 reputation with the people and negative 10 reputation with the necromancers. However, as you see here, the gladiators will not die, which I'm not sure if that's just if you lose or if they fall during battle, do they not die? I'm not entirely sure. But I do know in permadeath mode, far as I can tell, you're safe to drop gladiators into any quest with this dove here. and that will allow you to level up your gladiators a little bit without risking losing them. You see here how many max gladiators you can drop into this particular quest, so 2 gladiators will be able to participate, which is fine since we only have 2 available. You get the fluff text, you see what you're facing, so level 2 ghoul with 230 hit points, and a level 2 necromancer with 670 hit points. However, once the ghoul falls, the necromancer can't really do much of anything on its own. Unless the ghoul manages to take down one of our units, in which case things will get a little bit rough, but that's fine. Dialog options, you can choose to reject it, you can choose to fight, and then once you succeed, you get to choose one of the rewards, and that's about all there is to it. One thing is if you close out, you're able to get back into it, so you don't get locked out. It doesn't count as you saying no if you exit out to say, look at the gladiator market, grab another gladiator real quick, or whatever. So, let's drop into our first quest. And like I said, we only have 2 gladiators, so it's very straightforward what we're going to do. And there's the necromancer fearing our warg, but it's fine, because our knight should be able to single-handedly kill the necromancer. Our warg gets in time, and there's a dead necromancer. So you saw they each got experience. The experience gains for the battles are based on who's alive when the enemy dies. So I'll quickly accept the wood, because the wood will allow us to increase the roster beyond 4. And we will continue waiting for this item update. And I think I will grab this Cloak of Agility. Put it on the knight. You see which stats each, everything that's highlighted, you can hover over to see what stat impacts it. And the cooldown, execution time for all of the abilities are impacted by agility, as well as the knight gets +3 damage per agility. So that just increases damage by 30, as well as making him execute things faster and more often. Now then, we are going to continue play, wait for the Arena of Death to become available. There it is. And we can once more drop in. And this is mildly repetitive, but that's part of the joy of the game. It's a very simplistic game, but at the same time it has some degree of depth. Especially once you get to the part where you can see your opponents, there's a lot more strategy there. This is just kind of drop in your best gladiators and hope you get lucky. Like here, if this berserker attacks my... Oh, I can still move them? Oh, okay. So my team's locked in, but I can still reposition them. So I'm going to actually position my knight so that he hopefully intercepts this berserker, allowing my warg to run around back and hopefully kill the cryomancer. So we'll see how that works. And the cryomancer slowing. The warg got distracted. This is not looking good. Not looking good at all. Cryomancer doing cryomancer things. But I think we might still win. Now, you'll notice each ability, whenever they use it, you can actually watch the cooldown on the ability as they fight. If you slow it down, you can get a really good strategic view of what's going on. However, you can do nothing about it. You just have to watch it play out. So we did win. The knight was the only one who got experience for killing the last berserker and the cryomancer, because he was the only one left standing. So the warg, sadly, I believe only got experience from the first cryomancer. However, it was enough to level the knight up, so we'll give him some more health and some more agility. Right now, in the current state of the game, agility just determines how fast everything happens, and so it increases your blocking and your damage multiplicatively, whereas if I were to increase strength, it would just be additive increases. So that's why I'm focusing completely on agility. And I will be doing that for everyone, because right now, front-loading agility is the kind of optimal stat increase at the moment for the early game, until you get to the max. Each of the execution times and cooldowns does have a cap, which you can see here is a minimum of 0.3 of a second execution time and 0.3 of a second cooldown for the knight. So once we get to that point, that's when we start increasing strength and health exclusively. he'll be hitting as fast as he possibly can. In any case, real quick look at the Gladiator market. I'm not seeing anything I'm particularly interested in. So let's get the refresh. Gladiator market again. And again, even if it was a level 1, I would really love to have a Berserker that heals every time he hits something. But alas, none popped up. So we will just continue on until either, as I was about to say, either a quest or the Ring of Death is available. Here's a quest. Again, peaceful. I'm pretty sure that if your gladiators fall and you win, they still get injured. I have not exhaustively tested that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. You just don't die if you lose, if it's the dove here. But it does say we get to use 3 gladiators, so we're actually going to hold off on this for just a second so that we can get more experience on our warg as well. Alright, here we are. We're going to want the knight to draw the attention of the ghouls, the archer to hopefully help grind through the ghouls, and then hopefully the warg is able to get into the back line and kill the necromancer before bad things happen. And that's a bad thing, but it's fine. Everything's completely fine. Although now he was able to resurrect our knight, which is unfortunate, but it looks like we are possibly going to still... Alright, so this is going to be a good example of what happens whenever you lose a peaceful fight, a peaceful quest. Alright, so we are defeated. We get no rewards, but we can once again attempt the quest. Our warg did gain experience, however, so you still gain the experience, which means you actually could potentially, if you were so inclined, slightly abuse the fact that you're always able to repeat the quest and your gladiators don't fall, to just keep dropping a single gladiator that can get 1 kill before losing over and over to get them mass amounts of experience. I think we're going to just increase the warg's agility, because it lets him do more damage faster, and also increases the amount of damage he can dodge and how frequently he can dodge. So it's just, for the warg, we're increasing agility to both increase his defenses and offenses at the same time. In any case, here we go on the quest again. And I am actually curious exactly how abusable this could be. For example, what if we just drop... Well, the knight wasn't able to get a kill on his own, was he? What if we just drop the knight and just see what happens? This is just... Can he get a kill? Yeah, he got a kill, so there's 300 experience. 300 experience, yeah, we failed, but then we can do it again. So, yes, that is abusable in its current iteration and in its current form. So, in case the developers happen to see this video, then there you go, that's something to consider. But let's try to actually complete the quest this time. So, dropping the warg on the sidelines to try to get to the necromancer. Kind of dropping the archer where she can hopefully kill the ghouls pretty quickly. And the knight where he's hopefully distracting the ghouls, and that's a dead knight. So, well, there's the archer getting 600 experience. Alright. So I'm actually unintentionally grinding this quest and getting a ton of experience from it. So, once again, increasing agility for offense and defense. Pretty much every class has offensive and defensive skills, with a few exceptions. And increasing the cooldown of the defensive skills is really good at, not taking as much damage. But, surely now that we've got 3 level 3 characters, surely we'll be able to complete the quest. Okay, so there's a good hit, Alright, and the knight did not die this time, so the necromancer was not able to use him against us. There we go. Success. That was actually a really good opportunity to see if whenever you have to redo a quest, if the stats on the enemies stay the same, or if they're randomly generated each time you fail or succeed. So, once again, we're going to go with the wood so that we can upgrade our roster size. And we are now able to. So we don't have the capacity to hire all 8 gladiators yet, but it's good to have. Actually, can we also upgrade anything else? The barracks, we need more stone. Berserker's hut, we need more wood. Archery range, we need more stone. And taming hall, we need a lot more wood. Although 15 stone is actually doable, especially if we sell the mana crystals, which, since we are so early in the game, those mana crystals for 200 gold would have saved us about, it's 6 days to resurrect a gladiator, so that's about a month's worth of resurrecting gladiators that we just sold for 200 gold. But that allows us, I think it was 15 stone that we need? Yes, 15 stone. Okay, so that allows us to upgrade the barracks. Oh, right, we have to go back to the bank and actually buy. And that allows us to upgrade the barracks, which will now cause our already 20% faster experience gain knight to gain experience at 125%. So, assuming this works additively, that would be 145% of normal experience that he's gaining. If it acts multiplicatively, then 130-something%. Either way, he's going to level up faster than the other two. But that's fine. Item market, we have some gold, but do we want to invest in more movement speed for the warg? No, I think we'll hold off and wait for more agility. And there's another quest. Oh no, that's the allegiance. Okay, we'll talk about that in just a moment. So there are more boots of swiftness, but that's about it. So, this is not implemented yet, but at the point where you reach friendly, you're going to be able to ally yourself with one of the factions and then proceed through some kind of main quest line. But again, that has not been implemented yet, so I'll just click no. And continuing on, Ring of Death should be available now. We will drop in yet another blind fight. And all of this is building up to the championship. Again, that starts on the 1st. So we're just trying to get our gladiators in tip-top shape so that we can hopefully... yeah, that's actually going really well. Dying repeatedly to the Necromancer has definitely helped us get the Arena of Death victories more easily. Again, only one of those was actually intentional. The rest of them were just me getting unlucky and /or being bad at the game. So, now that we've completed the Ring of Death again, we have nothing to do unless a quest pops up for the next 7 days. And there's more gladiators available, so maybe, just maybe, we can get ourselves... Unfortunate. I can use 40 gold to update the shop, but I think I would rather just go ahead and take one of these level 2 berserkers that has the Angel of Revenge. So I will do that, and then I will take the Prevent Raising Dead 3 quest. Now this one is a battle to the death, so if you're playing with permadeath enabled, your gladiators will actually die. And I'm actually curious if they will die if you just lose, or if it also will let you try again ad infinitum. So, to figure that out, we are going to drop in just the Barbarian and watch him die. And maybe he gets a kill. No, he definitely did not get a kill. Okay, so we lost the quest, and he indeed is wounded. So only the peaceful quests can be abused for free experience. The deadly quests, you can still repeat until you succeed at them, but if you fail, then you get wounded, and, well, We don't have any mana crystals left, so if we do get wounded, we are only, it looks like, 4 days out from the championship. Luckily, the Berserker will be back up by then, so I think we're going to wait on this quest until after the championship. Which means we're fast-forwarding straight to the championship, and now we can do the championship of the graveyard. This is the first of many arenas, and this is the real core game experience. This is the meat of the game. So all that month that we just spent was building up to this point, where we get to choose each round. There's going to be 5 rounds for the graveyard. Each arena has more and more rounds than the previous ones. We get to choose either the easy battle for a green reward, which does not have permanent items. It only has gold, resources, and consumables. The blue, which is the medium difficulty battle, which will give us gold, resources, or items and consumable items, or consumable items and items. So you're able to get permanent items from this one. Or the purple, which is the hardest difficulty, which is going to be gold, resources, consumables, and a higher chance for a permanent item. And since we want to win a couple rounds at least, we really have to think about, okay, are we able to fight a level 3 Berserker and Archer, or level 4 Warg and Archer? So, the Warg's weakness, really, is being intercepted by a frontliner. Meanwhile, the Archers fall pretty easily to our Warg. So, we simply put a frontliner to intercept the Warg. We put our Warg to hopefully get around and attack the Archer. And then I think we're going to actually drop in the Berserker to help with the Warg and to soak some damage, because the Berserker has 590 health, our Archer only has 200. So if the Archer's AI decides for whatever reason to ignore our front line and shoot our Archer would die in 2 shots. So to prevent that, we're going to put our slightly beefier Berserker and get him some experience while we're at it. Now, our Warg did exactly what he's supposed to do, and we win without much trouble. If one of our gladiators had gone down, we would not have him available for the rest of the arena. So if we lost somebody, we would have to potentially go through even further until we, either succeeded without them or lost. Now, once you completely lose a round, if all of your gladiators in that round fall, the championship is immediately over, and you have to go back to another month of planning before you can fight in the championship the next month. But we're going to keep doing this. This time it's a Cryomancer and Knight. This should not be too difficult. So we will put our Knight to soak, and we will put our Warg to once again get around back and try to kill the Cryomancer. So the Cryomancer did slow our Warg. However, that prevented him from slowing our Knight, so our Knight is easily winning the duel with the level 2 Knight. And there we go. So, we have now made it through one more round, and since we have the 20% increase to XP, we actually are leveling up quite quickly. And again, I'm going to go all in on agility. They still have a ways to go before they reach the cap, and next fight. Knight and an Archer. So, what's making this more difficult than 2 Knights and an Archer is that we are only able to use 2 Gladiators instead of 3. And what makes it more difficult than this initial green reward one is that they're level 2s versus level 1s. So, in case you were curious about that, that's what's going on there. And the larger number of enemies and the larger levels of enemies increases the amount of experience you get. So, sometimes it's actually better if you're good on resources and gold and items to just pick whatever has the most enemies to get experience off of and the highest level enemies. But that's not, that's not part of this initial playthrough discussion. So, we are tearing through the fights. This time against 2 level 2 Knights, this should not be challenging at all. We just drop our Knight in to tank, and our Berserker in to kick them onto the ground and do a lot of damage. There we go, kicked on the ground, and killed. And there we have it. So, this should be the final fight, and it is. We can choose between 2 level 5 knights, a level 2 berserker and 2 level 2 cryomancers, or a level 4 archer. Our warg would be able to single-handedly kill this archer without a problem. But I think we're going to again go for the purple reward, also for the chance to lose the championship and show what happens. So again, frontliner, berserker, and actually instead of using the archer, archers are fairly weak against knights, so I am actually going to use the warg as well. And we will see how this goes. Oops, did not mean to open that. Actually, real quick, did that pause? That did. Interesting. So you can actually pause it and look at how long the cooldowns are on the abilities, as well as what stats there are and how much damage they're going to do. But it does not show current health. Or does it? Actually, I think it does. I think he's down to 369 health out of 1180. I was trying to click him again before he died to see if it actually went down. That's really interesting. So here we are. We opened 5 of the purple tickets. We got 3 items out of it, 350 gold and 50 iron. And we have finished our first championship. Now, it's worth noting, as I was about to say, it's worth noting whenever you finish a championship, even though getting to the championship automatically pauses the timeline so that you can choose to compete or not. After the championship, if you were double timing it to get to the championship, it's going to continue double timing it. So we just lost 3 days where we could have potentially done the quest or fought in the Ring of Death, just because it didn't automatically pause when we finished the championship, which is, a shame. In any case, we are going to once again toss more agility on the knight. We are going to level up the berserker, some health and some agility, as well as the knight with some health and some agility. And now you can see we are so close. Actually, let's just test to see with the boots. Nope. Okay, so we're going to need about 6 more agility for him to actually reach the point where he's at cap and can start going into strength and health only. So we, at the moment, have, since we finished the championship, we have 2 more buildings available to build. The Fire Tower allows you to have Pyromancers, and the Temple of Light allows you to have Priests. So, healers and shielders, and AoE knockdown, basically. Low-level Pyromancers don't really do much damage, but they knock the enemies all to the ground, so it's very powerful. It just takes them a while to do it. Looking at the item market, we see that things are still on sale. So we could potentially pick up Boots of Swiftness for that 35 gold. We will definitely take 56 gold. I think I would again rather wait for higher agility items. And yeah, that's all I think. Now, for experimentation's sake, if I update the shop during this sale, will the new shop have discounts as well? Yes, it will. Wow. That's really interesting. Well, we could pick up a Tome of Sorcery, but actually, let's one more time. The gold cost for updating the shop is increasing each time, and that's part of what I was looking for. And I'll take that one too. So as we were just saying, he needs about 6 more agility to get to cap of 0.3. So here's 3, and now he's at 0.31. And there's 6, so now he's at 0.3. So he is maxed out on execution time and cooldown. This is the point where we want to start stacking nothing but health and strength on him. And actually, I think I passed up a chance. Wait, is that 60%? That's 60% off. Okay, I'm going to go to the bank here. I'm going to sell, I think, some iron, so that I can buy the 60% off 300 health item. And we're going to give that to him. So there's a 30% increase to his health. We are going to go to the warg and give him some more boots so that, again, he's able to do what he does better. And do we want the berserker or the archer to have the agility? I think the archer. that'll also give us a chance, if the archer dies during the next championship, to see if we can take items off of gladiators that have fallen. Because I know you can take items off of gladiators who are, ready to fight at any point. So, anyway, we have a quest to do, and we have the Ring of Death. But we're going to start with the Ring of Death so I can show the 1 versus 1 mode. This unlocks when you complete the graveyard. And this is different from the blind fight in 2 ways. Well, I guess 3 ways. Obviously, the first way is that you're only able to select 1 gladiator. The second way is that you're only against 1 gladiator. And the third way, and the most interesting part, is that it's a very tiny arena. So, we are going to drop in, I think, he's got 800 health and does 248 with his long axe. Ours has 740 health, but only does 170 with his long axe. So, we are actually going to borrow some items from our knight here, and we are going to immensely buff up our berserker here. So now he has 740 health and does 250 damage with his axe. So he does the same damage, and he has a little bit less health. But his cooldowns and his execution times are much faster. Literally half of what the other berserkers is. So he should win this, theoretically, with half his health left. And there you have it. He's going to win with about half his health left. And collecting the reward. You see now that since we completed the championship, I'm pretty sure that's why we get 75 gold instead of 50. It could also be just RNG, but regardless, the level of gladiators that you fight in the Ring of Death is entirely dependent on which of the arenas you have completed. Once you complete the graveyard, you saw a level 3 gladiator there in the 1 versus 1. Once you complete the farm, I believe it's level 6 that you face, and once you complete the temple, I believe it's level 10 that you face. And the 1 versus 1, it seems to always be some kind of melee champion, which obviously the ranged champions, if you're able to close with them in that tiny arena, are not going to be nearly as effective unless they're against another ranged champion. So, one possible thing that could be considered is a ranged only Ring of Death, which would be interesting. Moving on, we have the quest we can do, which is again Battle to the Death, but this time max gladiators of 4. And I'm going to just keep playing through until I lose a championship, just to demonstrate that. So, dropping again our Worgen to try to get around to the Necromancer. The Necromancer is definitely our biggest threat. And we will start a fight like that. There's some dead ghouls, and I forgot to put the items back from the Berserker onto the Knight. But you saw how quickly the Berserker was able to chop through the ghouls, so maybe it was good on him. In any case, we get to choose our reward. I'll take some more wood so I can upgrade the wargs at some point. And our archer is going to get finally a health increase to go with her agility. Once more, taking the high-level items off of the Berserker and putting them back on the Knight. And now that we have 242 gold, we can check the Gladiator market, and nope, I'm not seeing anyone particularly interesting. I could get a Cryomancer Tower, or whatever, Ice Tower, whatever they're called, but I'm not seeing one that I absolutely need. So I will pass on that, check the item market, and we're still during the discount period. So, do I buy a health that gives 2 strength and 150 health? I mean, it's 30% off, sure. Why not? Put that on the Knight as well. There we go. And continuing on, we have item shop update. And we have more of the agility bows, which we are going to absolutely buy. Sell some iron. buy the other one, and put those on the Berserker. Alright, so that's increased his strength by 4 and his agility by 26, so doubled his agility. Now then, moving on, unless, is there a Gladiator? Oh no, that's right, we just looked. Ha! Gladiator market's about to refresh, but first we're going to fight in the Ring of Death once more. We will blind fight to hopefully get experience for multiple people. And that is a 5. So if we had 5 gladiators, we could drop 5. But that also means there's probably more gladiators on the enemy team. And since we know we can reposition after we lock, let's go ahead and do that. Interesting. So I'm actually going to position everyone up in this corner so that hopefully we engage the first level 6 knight before the level 5 gets there. Or should I do it the other way around? I think I'll do it the other way around to try to kill faster. Now, mind you, we have a lot of items equipped, and as you can see, they do not. So they have 27.2 and 23.2 agility. Our knight, on the other hand, has 20 and 86. So we are considerably stronger than either of them, just because we have items and they don't. And I think something like that. We'll see what happens. Yeah, very quick, very easy win. Okay, opening our reward. Again, 75 gold. I'm pretty sure that's just because we completed the graveyard. And we can now look at our characters to upgrade. He's not quite to cap yet, so I will increase his health and agility. And he's almost to cap. He is now at cap. So from here on, we just put health and strength into this guy. The archer did not level up, it does not look like. But we will continue dumping agility into the warg until eventually I'll put some health into him. But for now, his goal is to get back into the back line and tear them apart. You can see his dodge is now up to dodging 243 damage every 0.57 seconds, which really helps him survive until he gets to his targets. And we've got a new training peasants quest and the gladiator market refreshed. So I'm really hoping I'll see the particular little quirk that I like. And I'm not seeing it. How unfortunate. But there is a level 3 healer. Can we get a Temple of Light? We need 25 stone. So I will do the training peasants quest, and there's 20 stone as a reward. Absolutely. And we are going to drop in, I think, our level 4 Berserker, and I'm actually going to remove his items so that he doesn't kill as quickly, and there's a chance he'll actually drop. Not much of a chance, but there is a chance. So he got experience for 1 kill. And here he goes. He's about to get a 2nd kill, and he's going to get the 3rd kill. So at least we got experience on our Berserker there. And again, if we had lost, I would have just put him right back into it. So we got some stone. Put the items back on the Berserker. Here we go. And with our stone, we now need, what, 10? No, 5. So we'll go over to the bank, buy 5 stone. Did I click twice? No, I did not click twice. Excellent. And I will buy so that now I can... Nope, not that button. That button. Now I can recruit the level 3 healer. And healers are actually very powerful. Obviously, they keep whoever they're healing and shielding from dying so easily, which means whoever they're healing and shielding is able to survive longer, do more damage, and get more experience. So, healers are great. Check the item market. There is a Tome of Sorcery, which I want for my new healer. The intelligence will increase the amount she heals and shields, and of course the agility, as usual, will decrease the amount of time between healing and shielding. So that means I need 152 gold. So there goes the idea of upgrading my wargs. There we go. And here we are. So instead of upgrading the warg, I just greatly upgraded our healer, which should allow the warg to survive longer. So it's actually better than the warg having the bonus experience in that he'll be able to survive being focused if he gets intercepted by the front line. The healer will be able to keep him alive so that he keeps getting experience. And it doesn't really matter if he has 2 more items because I have no items to put on him. So I can wait to upgrade the taming, I think it's called Taming Hall, or yeah, Taming Hall. I can wait to upgrade that until I have more items to distribute, at which time I may have the wood I need again. So the item market has updated. There is another Tome of Sorcery. And I think I want it. So, back to the bank. And how much more do I need after that? I need another 7 gold. So, what can I sell for 7 gold? How many? So you can go to 1. I think I will sell 2 wood. And that gets me exactly enough to buy 1 more Tome of Sorcery, which means our healer. So, just to show, normal heal is 195 with a 0.53 execution time and a whopping 9.86 second cooldown. Just drop in these 2 bad boys, and we have dropped the cooldown by 30%. The execution time is significantly better, and we've, doubled the heal? 195 up to 390, so just about doubled the heal from 2 items. That cost us 350 gold or so. Again, the permanent items are just so much considerably better than the consumable ones, so generally I end up just selling the consumables, but who knows, we might end up using them. Probably not. And the Ring of Death is available again. I will once again blind fight. And this will allow me to show off the healer in full force. Healer's definitely going. Oh, we have exactly 5 people, so everyone's going. And we're against 2 archers. Well then, this is going to be very, very straightforward. Everyone just run at the archers. And there we go. Once again, 75 gold, this time 20 wood, and another potion. So, we now have nothing to do until day 7, unless we want to look at the gladiators. Maybe there's one. I think I already looked through them, though. Yeah, I already looked through them. So, gladiator market update, as well as another quest. So, in the new gladiator market, I'm seeing absolutely nobody interesting. Yeah, nobody I'm interested in. I mean, there's a level 3 Pyromancer that heals whenever she gets a kill, but Pyromancers have so little health that she'll probably just immediately die if she gets hit anyway, so that particular perk is not that great on her. So let's train some peasants, and this, again, we're using 1 gladiator. And we are going to drop in, I think we're going to get our knights some more experience. So there's 150, 300, 450, and 600 experience, just like that. And I believe we're going to take... one thing is you can actually look at the bank and look back at that. 35 wood is 140 gold. 20 stone is 120 gold. Or 10 iron is 120 gold. So we are actually going to take the wood. So if we have to sell it for gold, we will actually get more. And again, it gets us closer to being able to actually upgrade the Works Training Hall and put some more boots on them so they go even faster. So, once more, waiting for the Ring of Death or something else to happen. Now, here we have 4 days or so before championship. So we're going to go in the Ring of Death. We're only going to go 1 versus 1. And seeing that we're only against a level 3 knight with no items, I think we will be completely safe no matter who we drop in. But this will make short work of him, or should make short work of him. You can see our block is just completely negating his attacks. And we're able to block that frequently because of our agility. Okay, once more collecting items and gold. Once more checking the item market. Nothing particularly interesting. So, advancing till the item market refreshes. And there's another one of those. But we don't have any slots to... Yeah, there's another Tome of Sorcery and another Grim Duke's Bow. But we do not have slots on any of our people that are not being taken up. So I think at this point we're going to sell all of our consumables. I figured it would happen eventually. Now, again, consumables you have to put in an item slot. So that's why I haven't used any and don't intend to use any, is because as long as your item slots are full, consumables are completely useless. Now then, who can we upgrade? The Temple of Light, we would need 5 more iron and 40 more stone. The Taming Hall would require 17 more wood and 20 more stone. The Berserker Hut would only require 20 iron, which we only have 5 missing. But then again, is our Berserker at cap? Our Berserker is at cap, so the agility item is not going to be that useful on him. I mean, we could put a health item on him, but for 140 gold, I think we're going to upgrade the Taming Hall. So, where is Taming Hall? So we need 17 gold, or 17 wood and 20 stone. So, there's 20 wood, and what did I just say? 20 stone. And that uses all of our gold. However, it allows us to upgrade our Taming Hall. And then we can sell, hopefully enough, our iron. And I wonder if I can actually, yeah, zero out the gold, the wood as well. And now I can buy the Grim Duke's Bow and toss it straight onto our warg, making him even better. And with that, I actually could have used some consumables on the warg since I now have an open item slot, but I'm not super worried about it. There's our Gladiator wages. We actually have a quest and the championship. So if you go on the quest and somebody gets injured, you won't be able to use them in the championship. So it's actually better generally to do the championship before you do the quests if they're both available at the same time. So once again, I'm going to try to do this in such a way that I eventually lose. So I think I will just do something along those lines. Make sure she's out of the Pyromancer's blast radius, and there we go. The warg has to fight through a knight, but it's fine. Once again, the healer is just taking care of business. And there we go. So, next up, we have 2 archers and 2 knights. We only get 2 people, so I think we will go level 5 knight and level 5 warg. Ah, he got distracted by the frontliner. He might die. He might die. Ah, he died. Okay, so our warg is down for the rest of the championship, but that's exactly why I was trying to show this. So if our knight had died, the championship would be completely over, but he did not, so we keep going, but we cannot use our warg anymore. So for the next fight, we have an archer and a cryomancer. So I really wish I had my warg for this, but I do not. So we're just going to spread out as much as we can so the cryomancer doesn't slow everyone. and try to focus the archer first because she's going to have the highest damage output. Wow, that is a giant AoE. I don't know what stat of his was that high that he was able to have that big of an AoE, but there we go. Next fight. And actually we have a level up on our priestess, so increasing her health so that she can survive longer. The minimum cooldown on her heal is 2 seconds, so as usual, there's more agility, so she's almost to cap now. She is at cap for execution time, but she's almost to cap for heal frequency. Shield, she's at cap for shielding frequency and execution time. So, he is already at cap, so we're going to increase his strength, and we don't really need to increase his health because we have our healer now. So we can just go full damage, full block. And sure. We can use 4, so we use everyone. I think I'm more worried actually about the Pyromancer, so I'm going to try to put the archer topside so she hopefully focuses the Pyromancer. What would be interesting is if we could actually tell our gladiators who to focus. That would be interesting. Oh, they were too close together. The Cryomancer hit them all. But it's okay, because the Pyromancer died to our archer, so they didn't have enough damage left to win. And now we have an upgraded archer, as well as an upgraded berserker. And he is at cap. So, moving on. 2 gladiators, knight, and healer, I think. Then again, the healer might get taken down by the archer. So I will instead put the archer far enough back that she can hopefully kill the warg before it gets to her, and these 2 wargs should be distracted by the knight. Uh-oh, she ignored the warg. That's going to be a dead archer. Yep. The healer would have definitely gone down much more quickly. So here we are. We are at the last fight. We've lost 2 of our gladiators. So we have 3 left. I really want to actually lose, just to show that. Well, I'll purposely lose the next championship, but this one we'll go ahead and go for the win. So we have 3 orcs and an archer. So we will put our crazy high-level knight and our high-level orc. And we have attacks galore. Our orc is going to go down, but not before helping the knight out considerably. And now the knight manages to close distance using his continuous block to take no damage from the archer. So our arena is complete. We get 6 of the exceptional rewards, items, lots of gold, and now, again, have to pause, lost 3 days. We have the Ring of Death available, we have the training available, and we have 2 of our gladiators available. So, now we have 8 days for that warg, 8 days for that archer, and 8 days for that berserker. We could go to the guild and upgrade the reviving temple to reduce that, or if we had mana crystals, we could use those to immediately have them ready, but I think I'm fine with this. So I'm actually going to go to the Ring of Death and show you 1 against many. So this unlocks when you complete the farm, and as you can see, there are 5 units that a single gladiator gets to fight. But it shouldn't be a problem for our knight, as long as we start him right next to the Pyromancer, and watch him slaughter them all. And his block rate is just so high that he's shrugging off the majority of his damage. Now, if those were berserkers, I'd be concerned because they could continuously just kick him on the ground and beat on him. But they were knights, so I was not concerned in the least. And the 1 against many, the enemies are all level 1s when you first unlock it by completing the farm. I believe they go up to level 3 after you complete the temple, etc., etc. So, there's that. Our knight, there's going to be times where we drop him without the healer, so I will give him a little bit more health. And training peasants, single person. And naturally, we only have one person who actually does damage, so that is going to be the one person that goes into this battle and defeats them easily, one by one. So you'll see both of his abilities are available. Uses one, it goes on cooldown. Actually, yeah. So yes, it does keep track of current health. So you can click to see exactly how much health they have left before they die. And once again, quest is complete. Which was higher, 35 or 20 stone? So 35 wood is slightly more valuable, which means we will take the 35 wood. And the ancient temple is available. So I think since I've covered a good bit of everything, I will show you the Ring of Death that the level of the 1 versus 1 opponent does increase to, I believe it is 6 after you complete the farm. Yeah, there we go. So, always a level 6, which means you always want to drop in somebody who can handle a level 6. Smack, 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 done. And you saw the reward. I clicked through it very quickly. The reward was 100 gold now because, again, we've completed the farm. So, the Ring of Death rewards increase as you go along. That's, I believe, something they just added. In any case, completing the training, we can use 3. We don't need 3. I think we'll be fine with 2. And just, yeah, healer doing healer things, knight running at them and beating them until they die from it. Alright. And we are going to just fast forward on all the way. So, I've already shown all of that. Rebellion. So this is, because we trained the peasants, they are now starting a rebellion against the Baroness, I guess is that faction's name. Yeah, I guess. So because we trained them, they are now standing up to the Baroness. I don't know if this would be available if they had the alliances implemented yet. Perhaps maybe there would be a different one where we help the rebellion, not sure. So, and we have enough time before the championship that this should not be a problem at all. Healer, Warg, and I guess Berserker. Zoom, zoom, zoom. There we go. And we get an amazing choice of the exact same items. It would be nice if there was like no chance of them all being the exact same item. But it is what it is. So, pause. Upgrade the healer with some more health, and now that she's at cap, we increase nothing but intelligence. Alright, and item market, 30 intelligence increase. Sounds good. So that means we need to upgrade our healer. So we need 20 stone, 25 stone, and 20 iron. Wait, do we need 20 total or 20 more? I forget. Temple of Light, upgrade. Yes, okay, we did it right. That gives her 2 more items, and we happen to have 2 intelligence items sitting around. And I guess we could upgrade something else too, or just buy more items. Sure, we'll update the shop once. That's what I was looking for. Give that to the warg. And I think we're all set. Even though that was completely unnecessary because we're ignoring everything to the championship, so I can show you the championship being destroyed or being defeated. So there's the temple. And I'm intentionally going to lose this first fight by dropping in nothing but a healer. Let's see how long it takes him to kill our healer. So our healer is literally shielding herself so effectively that they're taking this long to kill her. But she will eventually die because she does no damage. And I don't know what this countdown, I don't know if you saw, the countdown down there was going down. It was at 100 seconds, then 99 seconds, then our healer finally died. So we got no items, our healer is wounded, and if we had permadeath enabled, she would have been killed outright. So we just outright lost. Even though we still had a full team of gladiators that could have continued the fight, we just outright lost because we picked poorly for one battle. In any case, I believe that covers just about everything. And I really do like this game. I'm really looking forward to it being finished and getting out of beta to the 1.0 release and seeing not only what final form it takes, but also what the developers move on to for their next game. Because this is definitely an enjoyable experience. In any case, that's been part 1 of a modest analysis series for Gladiator Guild Manager. And next video, we will go into a in-depth assessment, just really a solid listing of different changes and improvements and interesting tweaks that could be made that might make the game better or possibly worse. But it would definitely make the game different. And that's kind of the goal. So, until then, I hope you have a good one.